The morning sun filtered through the sheer curtains of a modest apartment, casting a warm glow on the cluttered desk where Lily sat. At 27, Lily was a struggling writer who had just faced her latest rejection. A well-worn envelope from a prestigious literary magazine lay open in front of her, its contents a polite but firm no, thank you. With a heavy sigh, she crumpled the letter and tossed it into the wastebasket. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this, she muttered to herself, feeling the familiar sting of self-doubt. Her phone buzzed, interrupting her thoughts. It was a message from her best friend, Mark. Hey, how about coffee at Joe's? You look like you need a break. Lily stared at the message for a moment before typing back, sure, see you in 30. Joe's Coffee House was a cozy, unassuming place where the scent of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the hum of quiet conversations. As Lily walked in, she spotted Mark at their usual corner table, waving her over with a cheerful grin. Lily, he called out. Over here. She slid into the seat across from him, forcing a smile. Hey, Mark. He studied her face, his expression turning serious. Another rejection? Lily nodded, not trusting her voice. Mark leaned forward, his eyes earnest. You know, Lily, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. She rolled her eyes, but there was a hint of a smile on her lips. Quoting Churchill at me now? Why not? It's true. Look, I know it feels like the end of the world every time you get a rejection, but it's not. You're talented, and you have a unique voice. The world just hasn't caught up to you yet. Lily took a sip of her coffee, pondering his words. Easy for you to say. You've always been good at everything you do. Mark laughed, shaking his head. You think so? Let me tell you a story. Back in college, I wanted to be a musician. I poured everything into my music, but I got rejected by every single record label. It was devastating. I thought I'd never make it. But I kept playing, kept trying, and eventually, I found a different path that made me happy. Now, I teach music, and I love it. Lily's eyes widened in surprise. I never knew that. Most people don't. They only see the success, not the struggle behind it. Their conversation was interrupted by the arrival of an elderly man, who shuffled to their table with a gentle smile. Excuse me, he said, I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. My name is Henry, and I'm a retired editor. I used to work for that literary magazine you mentioned. Lily's cheeks flushed with embarrassment. Oh, I didn't realize. I'm sorry, we didn't mean to. Henry waved her off. No need to apologize. I just wanted to share something with you. When I was an editor, I rejected hundreds of manuscripts, many of which were quite good. It wasn't always about the quality of the work, but about timing, fit, and other factors beyond the writer's control. Lily's eyes filled with tears. So, what should I do? Henry smiled warmly. Keep writing. Keep submitting. You never know when the right moment will come. And remember, it's not about never failing. It's about having the courage to keep going. Over the next few months, Lily took their advice to heart. She continued to write, refining her craft, and submitting her work. She faced more rejections, but she also received valuable feedback that helped her grow as a writer. One crisp autumn morning, as she was checking her email, she saw a message from a small, independent publisher. Her heart raced as she opened it, and tears streamed down her face as she read the words she had been dreaming of. We are pleased to inform you that we would like to publish your manuscript. She called Mark immediately. "I did it! They want to publish my book." Mark's voice was filled with pride. "I knew you could do it, Lily. See? It was all worth it." Lily hung up and stared out her window, feeling a sense of accomplishment and hope she hadn't felt in a long time. She knew there would still be challenges ahead, but she also knew she had the courage to face them. As she prepared for this new chapter in her life, she whispered to herself, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts." And with that, she picked up her pen and began to write once more, ready to embrace whatever the future held.